Hi everyone, I'm Lois Ferrari, and I'm the music director of the Austin Civic Orchestra. I'm also a professor of music at Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas. The ACO will open its half of the concert with Verdi's La Forza del Destino Overture, conducted by Austin Symphony Orchestra music director Peter Bay. Like all Italian overtures, this one is based on many of the lyric and melodic themes that you will hear sung in the opera by the opera's characters. We are very pleased to present the Concerto in E minor by Mendelssohn, which will be performed by Jessica Mathis, who is the concertmaster of the Austin Symphony Orchestra. This is one of the last large orchestral works that Mendelssohn ever wrote, and it has the distinction of being the most performed violin concerto in the repertoire. Jessica will be playing the last movement from this concerto, and we will follow it with a special secret encore. The ACO will conclude its half of the program with Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 2, also known as the Little Russian Symphony because of its use of many Russian folk songs. This piece was written while on vacation visiting the composer's sister in Ukraine, and you will notice that the first movement is based on an old Ukrainian folk song. The second movement of the symphony is a bridal march called Spin, O My Spinner. The third movement of the symphony is a scherzo, which is a very fast and rapid piece. This one is not based on any particular folk song, but is written with the idea of the folk song in mind. The last movement of the symphony is based on a folk song called The Crane, and it's a very high-spirited march and ends on a very happy C major resolution. The ACO is very excited to share the stage with the Austin Symphonic Band for this historic event at the Long Center. We're very, very happy that you all can join us and hope that you will stop by and talk to all of us after the concert is over. Thank you very much. Before you hear about the Austin Symphonic Band's half of the program, please enjoy some photos from the Long Center for the Performing Arts.
Hi, my name's Richard Floyd, and I'm the conductor of the Austin Symphonic Band. And I'm also UIL State Director of Music, and probably many of you have participated in some of the festivals and contests that we provide. But today I'm here to visit with you about the concert that we're going to be performing for you later this month. I think you're going to really like the music we have planned for you. At this point in the program, you will have heard the wonderful performance of the Austin Civic Orchestra, and they will have played for you some of the great repertoire of the classical eras. Now, let's talk about some of the music that we'll be performing for you on the second half of the concert. How many of you like rap or lots of rhythmic energy that grabs your attention immediately? If you do, you're going to really like this first piece that we play for you. Its title is Phrenergy. And phrenergy translates to mean frantic energy or furious energy, and it's 5 minutes of non-stop rhythm with splashes of woodwinds and brass fireworks. When it starts, you're going to think you're in the middle of a tribal ritual in Africa. Throughout the piece, there's going to be 18 different percussion instruments used. Listen carefully and see how many you can count. Our second selection is very different. It's based on 3 hymn tunes from a 19th century Southern hymnal. It was written by Don Grantham, who lives in Austin and is on the faculty at the University of Texas. He's going to actually be at the concert, and he's going to tell us more about the piece. This will be the premiere performance, so you're going to be sitting in the audience, will be hearing this piece for the first time ever. It's in 3 movements, and remember, at formal concerts, we wait till the end of the piece to applaud. There is little argument that Leonard Bernstein was one of the great American music icons of the 20th century. He was a conductor, a composer, and an author. He was a master at combining classical musical forms with jazz and contemporary music, and he didn't mind stepping on the toes of traditional performance practice. In 1971, the composer was asked to write a mass to be premiered in the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. But it was not like any mass anyone had ever heard before. It was actually a theater piece with singers, dancers, and players. It was filled with jazz harmonies, complex rhythms, and beautiful contemporary melodies. The version you're going to hear today features some of the most beautiful music from the Mass that has been scored for brass quintet and wind ensemble. Our guest artist will be the City Limit Brass from the University of Texas. A brass quintet is made up of 2 trumpets, 1 trombone, 1 French horn, and 1 tuba. Igor Stravinsky said that music is always singing or dancing. And you know, I think he was absolutely right. So as this music unfolds, you listen carefully and decide when the music is dancing and when the music is singing. Celebration by Paul Creston was written in the 1950s, and over the years it has been performed by countless bands and wind ensembles. It is typical of the music that was written for band during that period. You will want to listen to the pulsating rhythms and then the beautiful soaring melodies that ride above them. You're going to hear solos for oboe, for trumpet, and even for tuba. On the podium will be Maestro Peter Bay, who is conductor of the Austin Symphony. He picked this piece because it's one of his favorite works for band. Our concert's going to close with a short and very exciting piece called Albanian Dance. It's based on a folk tune entitled Shata. In this arrangement, the composer attempts to capture the spirit of a village festival somewhere in Albania or perhaps in Greece. If the music sounds familiar to you, perhaps it's because of the fact that a segment of this piece was playing in the background while you were watching this video presentation. Knowing that you would be our guest for this concert, I wanted to plan a program that would be fun, exciting, and enjoyable for you. Each piece is distinctly different, and I'm certain that if you listen carefully, you're going to find music that you will enjoy. We look forward to joining the Austin Civic Orchestra in performing for you in the beautiful Long Center on Sunday, November 21. As you listen to more of Albanian Dance, take a minute to view the names of the many sponsors who have made it possible for you to join us for this musical event.